So, tonight, are we just doing members only chat? Because I'm always going to keep my streams free for everybody, but lately there's been a troll situation that I will address that has spilled over into friends and family. It's becoming madness, and so it's time I addressed it, and I'll tell you exactly why I haven't addressed it until now and what it is. And I wasn't going to address it because I don't like drama stuff. It's always a small amount of people who desperately want attention, whether it's good or bad. And they're almost like dating like a coke-addled stripper, where whether you're beating her or being nice to her, doesn't matter. So eyeballs are always their number one priority. And so there's no real way to handle it. You just have to get away. So members only club chat, because it's $5 a month on YouTube. I was thinking about getting rid of the thing because if there was no benefit to it, it kind of almost symbolized a status that you got for money, which I started thinking that was weird. So I was really wrestling with it. And then when this stuff came out, I was like, this is a perfect thing for it. Like on a night where I'm talking about something that gets a lot of trolls, they have to pay to troll. And it's very minimal. But at that point, if someone comes in, it also gets rid of all the bots. Like, because the bots don't pay. And it's so cheap that it's like, I don't even feel bad about it. Because these people come in and they take over stuff. All right, so anyway, my friend, Eric Nimmer, has been accused of faking his military background. Now, who is accusing him, you may ask? I'll tell you who. About a year ago, there was a group of people that came in hard in the Bears. They were just giving me huge super chats saying this is the greatest. They were like helping at my shows for free and gung-ho, just constantly like all about it. And this one dude was like, yeah, we're like the Rat Pack. You're Sinatra, I'm Dean Martin, and Nimmer's Sammy Davis. And I'm like, no, Nimmer's Dean. You can be Sammy Davis. Like, Nimmer's hilarious. Like, Nimmer's my boy. Why is he Sammy Davis? Just because he's black? And things kept going like that. And they're developed this like real envy of Eric Nimmer in our vibe. So these people, not only did they turn, like another guy sent me like an iron rose he made. Like these people were like obsessive. Not only did they turn, they've spent the year slandering Eric and me nonstop. I don't talk about it because so few people watch them or know about them that all they want is attention. And if you don't understand the mentality, it's like, yeah, but it's negative attention. A guy down the street from where I live died getting fucked in the ass by a horse. So, understand that that's not a sex act. That's an act of self-hate. There's people that want tons of people to look at them. This dude who wanted to be Dean Martin wants to be a famous comedian and podcaster. He's not funny, he's not interesting, and he's really mean. These are the people that are starting the rumor about Eric Nimmer, right? Eric Nimmer has helped me through times of strife. I know his character. I know his family. I know he comes from a military family. I know his friends. We've been through hell and back together. His character is strong. And people have asked me, like, so what does Eric say about it? Like when you asked him for proof he served. And I went, I've never asked him for proof he served. And that kind of blows people's mind. They're like, but he's been accused. I'm like, he's being accused by madmen. When I went through a shaming, right? If I were to, people that hate you, people like disgusting, awful people. They emailed my mom saying like Eric Nimmer is lying about his. By the way, they've accused us of everything. This is just the one that stuck. Like Eric Nimmer lied about serving in the Marines. And my mom goes, I clicked on the video and they were just awful. Mean. I'm like, I know, Mom, don't watch that stuff. It's bad for your soul. So like I would do a stream. They would do an 8-hour stream. The whole topic is just why I'm awful. It's like so single white female. It's madness. Like threats, like bot accounts. Like they're disgusting. And I know from experience that when you address these things, it only makes it worse. But it's gotten to a tipping point where might as well, because it also fits in with my message about friendship. all these people are asking me, stolen valor to Eric. I'm like, I would never ask him. They're like, did he serve? I'm like, yeah, of course. He's my friend. He said he served. Fuck you. It's like, well, have him prove it. Why would I have him prove that? I'm like, I got your back, buddy, through thick and thin. Why does some person's accusation of my friend affect anything? Proving something. Imagine the world we would have to live in where every accusation you had to get your friend to prove it. Let's say hypothetically, which I don't think there's a chance in hell Eric's lying, but if he was, on the lie scale, that's nothing. Like CNN lied about a kid that almost killed him. And people are going to keep tuning in and listening. And then, so when you're in this shame swarm, everything you do looks suspicious. Trust me, I've been there. You know, people are like, yeah, but he deleted his social media accounts. Yeah, maybe because people he knew were getting harassed. I moved out of a town because people I loved were being harassed. It's like people do different things in different situations. It's like, well, why doesn't he just respond? He can if he wants to. He doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. It's like you have the power and control over your own decisions where you do not have to prove your character to strange people that have been threatening your life for a year. What kind of world is that? So these people have been trying to make me and Eric have shame, and they've tried everything. And they finally go to his military service. And when people say, oh, there's a document. Guys, I don't believe for a second that's real. And if it is, I still believe Eric. When you trust somebody and you're friends with somebody, you have to understand that that matters a ton. And there's going to be times when there's illusions and holograms and wizard spells and all this. It has to be profound and from someone else that you trust. Or don't bail on your friend, because 99 times out of 100, it's bullshit. And you just don't know the whole story. Because when these shame squads come and they say, what if Owen's friend tricked him? If you're not lying, fuck it. I stand with my friend. What's the worst that could happen? I got tricked. I'm fucking human and flawed. It's the whole point. The same people that are saying that Eric Nimmer never served in the Marines, they said that my son looks like he has Down syndrome and that my wife's going to leave me. They say this shit all the time. This is what predators do. They find what you love, they find what you have pride in, and then they fuck with it anonymously, just nah. Because they need you to be afraid like them. They need you to be full of shame like them. They need you to hate themselves like them. And until you do, they will try and get you to. But if you are true, if you listen to Jesus Christ, truth, listen to a man who they mocked with a crown of thorns, and he still wouldn't kneel. I've been talking to Nimmer all week about it, the stress of what he's going through. They're hitting up his friends, his family, his unit, everything. Shame, shame, shame. It hurts so bad. You want to know what I didn't ask him one time? Did you really serve in the military? I said, buddy, I'm here for you for life. You little nigger. You can't get rid of me. It's like, it's hell. And if you survive it, I told him, I go, don't look at this as an attack. Look at it as a test. If you survive it, and I survive mine, your life gets better. People know your word is stronger. And he's like, when does it stop? Never. It never stops. But you get better and better at dealing with it. You get better and better at understanding what it is, how to fight it, how to react, who they are, what evil is. Like Vox Day had to address the trolls about Nimmer. Like, they're oddly effective because they're cowards. Like in real life, they can't do this. They can't come and just be like, he's lying, because people would just beat him to fucking death. You know, they like human beings in person don't act like that. They get anonymity, they just write. And people are like, okay, you're ruining the chat. Because it's not me. I haven't even read anything on the chat right now. It's everybody else just keeps seeing it and they're just responding. So it's like, guess what? Now we have to be a little more exclusive. And so I'll go back and forth. But like on nights when I just want to talk about something a little controversial, the last thing I want is a bunch of people that act like they're on meth in their basement, just being like, Nimmer's a liar, he fails. Guys, they care so little about actual stolen valor that, as Vox pointed out, they're using it wrong. Vox's whole family's high-level military. So it's like, he's like, or at least his grandfather and uncle, or I can't, or whatever. But he's like, stolen valor means you say you got a medal you didn't get. Saying you were in the military when you weren't isn't that. And Vox is the dude who then sues someone and makes a ton of money just out of principle. And he's like, these people care so little about the military and Nimmer and anything. They just want revenge that they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Oh, and one other note, Nimmer doesn't brag about killing people at all. There's been times when I'm like, dude, Nimmer's got a head count on him and he looks like real uncomfortable. And then I felt bad about it and I stopped doing it. He's done that on stage, and that's a coping mechanism. And so, like, if you don't know Nimmer, you don't know the story, you don't know the people accusing him, like, what Vox did was awesome. I love that he stood up against just shitty people, but, like, you got to understand, this is, like, not new for us with these people accusing us of just everything. And shame just doesn't work on someone like me. Oh, and real quick, I'm not asking you to engage with these people at all. The people accusing Nimmer, don't give them the attention of arguing with them. They're sick fucks. It's just like the guy that got banged to death by a horse. And people don't understand it. They're like, oh, it must have been a mistake. That was the best bang he ever had. He wanted to die. He was like, finally! Like, they want to be hated. They just want attention. They're stuck in some early childhood thing, and they're just like, look at me! That's why I never talk about this shit. Engaging in it is a form of intimacy. And it's like, and when you see it, it's so vile. It's like these sick people doing like 8-hour streams about like hating one guy. It's not good for your soul to watch that shit, dude. It's your call, but it really is like peeping over the abyss into like just true, I can't even explain it. It's just a combination of sad, illness. There's going to be some stress because of, it's just so, I don't watch any of it. I don't read any of it because I don't, who was it? It might have been Nietzsche. It's like, be careful looking into the abyss because eventually it'll look back. The people accusing Nimmer of this, there's like 5 people. And look at how much they accomplished. They've been doing it for months, tirelessly, going into chats, fake accounts, blah, blah, blah. It got to the point where I had to address it because it's affecting my friends again. 5 fucking people, guys. None of them are in the military. And I would guess they're all on meth and they despise me and Nimmer. You know, this is how people destroy friendships. They try and start shit. You know, they edit things to look horrifying. They get someone to say something or apologize or do something, and then poof, that bond is broken. They're trying to keep you divided so they can control it. So what's the plan? Because listen, there's people that you should stand up to. That's why I stand up to powerful people. You know, I've criticized Ben Shapiro, Joe Rogan, these people. You know, these cockroaches that are calling out Nimmer and being like disgusting. They don't need any calling out. The best thing you should do is just block and move on. Because just like the guy who died getting fucked in the ass by the horse, they want it. They want that. And it benefits them in a sick way. Because then the algorithms go towards them. And other people are like, what's this fight? And then other sick people that just want to be like yelled at get involved. That's my advice. Do what you want. But that's my advice. But the chat, there really is some deviant stuff happening in there with some pretty bad people. Yeah, just the more you just ban them, get rid of them, the better. But just know what they are. And know that some of them are pretty damn good at figuring out what you care about or a false hypocrisy that you don't know the full story about. Like that type of stuff is effective. Can we start calling Nimmer Little Britches? He's the Mogwai or kid cloud kicker to your Bellew. He's so tiny. Yeah, he's 5'8". That's not that tiny. I don't consider 5'8" small. I mean, for me it is, but I have to know, like, I have to factor in what normal people are sized at. Great response, brother. Way to rise above. True friend. Dude, without that, you got nothing. And I'm not even doing them. Like, I truly believe what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know. I love you, BB. Watched you for years. I'm a Marine Corps Iraq vet. I lost 6 Marines in my leg in 05 in Iraq from an enemy grenade. I take this serious. But Nim has said things about his record that cannot be true. Interesting. See, I don't know who you are, though. That's the thing. It's like, that's a stranger. I don't know. I don't question Nimmer. I've got no reason to. That would be fucking insane. Right? And it's like, that's just not this new thing of like, I have a friend who killed a guy. All right? Like, I got a buddy who fucking murdered a guy. It's like this whole thing. Yeah, that's a fucking, I have no idea who this is. Listen, that may be somebody or it may be nobody. It's like this whole new thing where it's like, Eric Nimmer fibbed. Guys, I would probably still be friends with the guy. I'm not fucking kidding. It's like, this thing is insane. These same people made a video of me being like, Owen Benjamin admits he does stimulants. God, and all these like people that allegedly, apparently, they look like they're on meth are like, oh my God, no way. And it's a stand-up clip from 2003 where I'm like, yeah, I once started Ritalin in college. It was like part of a bit and everyone laughs. I'm like, I said that on stage. So it's like, I can't imagine why that, like, no, I know why it's happening. It's just to break friendships and communities. People are so devious, man. They're so fucking devious. They're like, do you disavow? If I disavow, what do I do then? You take the hand of the state. We are here to help. We are here for you. We are here to help. It's just like, guys, on the hierarchy of horror, it's not. It's just, it's insanity. And this whole shaming of Nimmer, man, here's how little people fucking care. Like, Vox, who's like a real honorable guy and connected to the military and doesn't know Nimmer. And I was like, no, it's a lie. Nimmer served. He's like, you know, worst case scenario, turns it into a joke about the dumbest lie he's ever told. Like, and I just laughed. I'm like, yeah, people are like, there's so much like online bullshit about this, of these stupid fucks just being like, do you condemn? I'm like, you guys are fucking psychotic. I will kill you all. Hang on a second. That wasn't a real threat. It was, we all know that wasn't a real threat. That was a way of, that was just, you guys get it. It's like when people are like, condemn Nimmer. It's like, I trust Nimmer. Nimmer went and served. If for some fucking crazy reason that isn't true, that's a different story. But is that comparable to the shit we talk about? No. That's nothing compared to that. Well, I mean, my great uncle is grandma. It's like, fuck you.